All right, sir, we're asking a lot of people here out on the street today, what do you think happens to a person after they die?
They go to heaven.
They go to heaven?
Well, they go to be judged by the good God that loves me and you.
They go to be judged?
Yeah. And therefore you go to heaven or hell.
And does everybody go to heaven or just some good people?
Well, after you're judged, I imagine then you go to heaven or hell. Depends on your acts here on the planet.
So do you think a person can get to heaven by being a good person?
Probably.
So how good would you have to be exactly?
Well, you can't commit murder.
You can't commit murder?
No, you can't.
What about hating someone in your mind? Have you ever hated someone in your mind?
Well, hating goes along with discrimination.
Right.
You can't hate anybody and you can't discriminate against anybody.
Do you know that hatred in the Bible is considered as murder?
Well, hatred can drive you to murder.
That's what I'm saying. God looks at hatred as murder.
Yeah.
Have you ever hated anyone before?
No.
Never in your life? You never hated someone in your mind?
No.
Have you ever stolen anything before? In your whole life? Yes, sir?
Yeah, probably. When I was very young, but the police solved that problem.
And that's the 8th commandment, do not steal. You've heard the commandments.
Yeah.
Do you think if you died today...
They have a law that says 8 months if you steal something. That's known as punishment.
Do you think if you died today and you were judged by the commandments, do not lie, do not steal, how would you do? Would you be innocent or guilty?
I think I probably would get into heaven.
Even if you've told a lie, and all liars will have their part in the lake of fire?
Well, you're forgetting the law. See, the law says if you steal something, you get punished. And that's the punishment. And in the Bible, God put the law here. So I figure you're deemed punished. You see what I'm trying to say?
So in the
Bible it says that God put the law here. Okay, if you steal something and you get caught, you're punished. Right. So I feel like that's punishment.
Do you think
under God?
Do you think why do you think God gave the commandments?
He wanted his wishes felt here on the planet.
But we've broken those commandments, haven't we? Most of them?
Well, that's really he put the law here. So when you break those things and get caught, you go to jail.
What if a person, like say in a remote country in the world, didn't have a law? They're just out in a jungle somewhere.
The law is everywhere. Everywhere I know. You know somewhere that the law don't rule?
Is it in
I think it's written on people's hearts.
It's what?
I think the law is written on people's hearts. That's what the Bible says.
Yeah.
So the Bible says the law is written on every man's heart.
Mm-hmm.
But when you break the law, do you break the law against God first?
I didn't understand that question.
When you lie to someone, are you lying to God first? I mean, is it breaking God's commandments first before you're lying to your neighbor?
Well, the way I see it, God has a punishment for lying, for murder, for incest, for everybody, because he put the law here. If you get caught lying to a judge, it's a $75 fine. And I feel like that's being punished.
What about if you die as a liar without forgiveness? Should God allow you into your heaven?
Well, then you're judged deemed by God, and I can't speak for God. You know, I don't think I can speak for us here on the planet. And the law freely states if you lie to a judge, he charge you $75.
So,
if I lie to you, I might lose your friendship. That's punishment. You know, if I lie to this guy, I might lose his friendship.
Do you think it makes sense that God gave the commandments so every man can be held accountable to sin?
Yeah. And woman.
Right.
And child.
So, do not lie, do not steal. If you die as a liar or a thief in the sight of God, and God being perfect, where does he send liars and thieves when they die?
First off, God is the only perfect entity. Okay, by me and you not being perfect, that makes us what?
Makes me a sinner.
There you go. God put the law here for us who don't do as he wish.
And we've all broken them.
And we all been punished.
Well, not necessarily. I I think there's thieves out there that hadn't got caught yet, right?
Well, you got to live with yourself then.
So it's a conscience issue.
Yeah, you got to live with your conscience.